we have with us the amazing Sonam Kapoor. Sonam, welcome to India.
I'm back in India, yeah.
And how is the exciting first year of marriage?
It's exciting and it's amazing. Everybody said it would be hard, but it's not. Everybody says the first year of marriage is supposed to be the hardest year of marriage, but I'm having such a good time. I'm like, is this going to be the hardest year? Because then it's going to just get better and better from now on.
That is true. It does get only better. London, Delhi, Mumbai, how do you manage your super international life?
Well, I think I'm very excited about staying in Delhi and in London because they're new places for me. In fact, Delhi I know pretty much. It's just that I need to make friends here and to.
I live in Delhi. Call me.
Yeah, I'm going to call you for sure. For sure. At least I get to call. At least I know people, so I can call them and be like, listen, be my friend here.
Well, Delhi loves Bollywood, so I don't think that should be a problem. But work-wise, how do you manage? You are living in London and Delhi, and then when you have lots of work, do you fly down from London?
I distribute my time between London, Delhi, and Bombay. My work is all in Bombay. I'm also working with Anand now. With his brand Bhane, and you know, I help out a little bit with veg non-veg as well, so it's pretty exciting. Yeah.
Okay. And women in Bollywood like Karishma, Madhuri Dixit, Kajol, their careers took a backseat post-marriage. So how are you managing things differently?
I think women in my generation and the generation before me, like for example, Priyanka just got married. I don't think she's going to stop working. I know for a fact Kareena didn't stop working even after she had a child. I think she just straight. I know this for a fact because she was on Veer the wedding. And I've seen Anushka as well. I think Anushka and I got married around the same time. And I was working till a week before I got married. I got married and I was straight into V-Day promotions straight after. So I think those days are gone.
So do you think it's the women becoming cooler and becoming more comfortable being married and being actors, or do you think it's the men you guys marry who are more at peace with their wives acting?
I think the generation has changed, and it should, because I think it's a very antiquated thing that women can't work after they get married. Amika, like you know, you have a full life, you have 2 beautiful kids, and you're still working like a crazy person.
Yes.
So I think it's important to kind of have that for your self-worth, and I think women are just better at everything.
Well, that is true. I absolutely agree with you. Take us through your future projects.
So, I've had 3 releases this year, Padman, Sanju and Veer the Wedding, and fortunately all 3 did very well. I also shot for 2 more films. One is called Zoya Factor, which is based on Anuja Chauhan's book. I play Zoya, of course. And I'm doing Ek Ladki Ko Dekha with VVC and Raju Hirani Productions, and it's directed by Shelly Chopra. I'm also working with my father for the first time, and Raj Kumar for the second time. I think it's my second film with Raj or third film with Raj. I'm confused. I think it's my second film with Raj. And it's a very incredibly sweet story. It's coming out on the 1st of February.
Oh, nice. And in the future, would you consider doing Netflix or something for Amazon?
I would love to, honestly, because I think that's where the future is. The kind of audience, the worldwide audience that you get on Netflix and Amazon is incredible, and I would love to reach that audience as well. I mean, it's not only Indian audience that you reach.
Okay. And living in London, are you working out on you know, a career in Broadway or a career there?
I mean, I have an agent in the UK as well as in America, and you know, there's work that has come up. Unfortunately, because of my time that I spent on Reason, on my production company with my sister, and on my acting career here, sometimes the dates don't work out, but there were 1 or 2 exciting projects that I had to kind of let go of. But now, hopefully, I'm trying to do more work there. Let's see if the timings work out this time. Maybe I'll end up doing something. You never know.
That is so exciting. Now, you've been very vocal on social media about the Me Too movement.
Yes.
Take us through your thoughts.
Well, honestly, I think it's very important as women and as people who have a certain kind of celebrity and a platform to support women and men who are, who come forward with their stories of harassment and their stories of, unjust behavior towards them that they've faced in their workplace or personal space or wherever, whichever space that they faced in. And I think especially in the film industry, we have a kind of power to kind of, you know, create a movement where women and men are not, especially women, we live in, unfortunately, a patriarchal society. You know, women need to come out a little stronger, and this is an apt opportunity for women to have a little more respect than they've had in the past, you know, and I think we should support women who are speaking up. The support hasn't been as forthcoming as expected, so I thought it was very important for me to kind of at least say something and support these women who are coming forward with their stories.
For everybody who's not talking, do you think that silence is an act of complicity?
You know, I don't have any judgment against these people who aren't speaking about it, but I believe, my belief is, or what I've been taught, is that when you don't take any side, you are unfortunately on the side of the person who is wrong. And, you know, just everybody says just because you're actors or just because you're famous people doesn't mean that, you know, you have to speak up. But like Spider-Man says, with great power comes great responsibility, and sometimes you have the power to move mountains. And sometimes just one word or one thing that you say can kind of change the wave of things. And you've gotten so much from the people of India and the audience that watches your films, and you entertain these people. I think it's very important to kind of stand up for them as well.
Do you think the film industry would ever have an equal pay scenario?
I think it's going to take a while.
Okay. And when you write on social media, since you speak as you think, which is great, and does it ever occur to you, do you ever worry, will I get into trouble?
I always get into trouble. But and there are very vicious trolls on social media that kind of, you know, go after you. But the best thing to do is we have it's to kind of filter them. So I mean, no matter how much they troll me, they won't know. I mean, I won't ever know because I don't ever read their mentions, because it doesn't come up on my timeline, because I've basically made sure that I only get mentions from people I follow or who are verified.
Okay, that's great. And whom do you respect in the world of social media, who speaks their mind and has brought about change in Bollywood, Hollywood, politics?
Honestly, I think there are a lot of people who have a lot of opinions, and I think it's very, very important to have a positive and good opinion about everything that you say. So there are different people in different, I mean, honestly, I have a lot of respect for Michelle Obama. I've just finished reading her book, and she is a woman who has a lot of self-respect, a lot of intelligence, a lot of everything, and I think I think she leads by example. So yeah, I love her on social media. I love following her. I love Oprah. I think she's amazing as well. You know, so these are the kind of women I like to follow on social media.
Okay, talking about writing, Bollywood writing is becoming more intelligent. Your films, Nirja or Veere the Wedding, they were great scripts, coolly written.
Yeah.
What is making the scripts become better written, and are they all, or just the films you end up picking end up being better written?
Well, honestly, I think the kind of films that have done well this year, whether it's a Badhai Ho, whether it's a Veere, whether it's a Padman, whether it's Andhadhun, just show that the audience is smarter than we think they are. And I think we need to respect the audience more, and I'm so glad these kind of films are doing better, because unfortunately they are very few, and those few films doing well just will encourage more well-written and more content-driven films to kind of be released. The actor is not king anymore. It's the writing, it's the content, it's the way the film is being made. And slowly and steadily, what did well 15 years ago or 10 years ago is not going to do well anymore. It has to be good filmmaking, good stories, and things that reach the audience, because the audience is intelligent now and they don't want to spend money on crap.
Now, a lot of movies you personally work on have an involvement of some member of your family. Some don't, but some do, whether it's your sister producing it or you acting with your dad. Does family bring some kind of comfort level on set?
Honestly, it took me like 12 years in this film industry to act with my father. It was very hard, but it was one of the best experiences of my life. Not because I'm his daughter, but I mean, everybody dreams of working with Anand Kapoor, right? And for me, I dreaded it because I was like, I don't know, because you know, you have a relationship at home, and but it was, I don't know if it was comfort, but it was a lot of nervousness, and I hope I did well. But it was a great learning experience. With my sister, we're partners. I do one film in 3 years with her. Otherwise, I don't usually work with her that much. So Veer Di Wedding, Khoobsurat, and Aisha, which are 3 films out of my 13 years that I worked with her. But it's incredible to work with my sister because there is a comfort zone there. Because I think she and I take each other for granted, and sometimes that is good in that's good in work. You know, not in a personal space, but at work, I think it's good.
And since there's so many of you who are in Bollywood, is there any family production on the way with your dad, your cousins, you being produced by Ria? There's so many of you, Janvi, Arjun,
I know there's so many of us and we meet so often. I don't know if we'll be able to see each other every day on set as well. But I think hopefully one day I can work with each one of them in some capacity.
All right. Now, Bollywood weddings have become huge productions in themselves.
I had a small wedding, guys. I know it seemed like a big one, but it was not.
But we've had so many. Do you think it's a private moment which is becoming larger than life, which is becoming a campaign for designers, or do you think it's a way it
well,
is
my clothes weren't, but...
I'm talking about all the weddings we see. They just happened.
I mean, I thought everybody looked beautiful at their wedding. I mean, Anushka and Deepika, and they just looked gorgeous at their wedding, and I think Priyanka looked spectacular as well.
My next question to you, since you're not answering, you're being diplomatic and not answering the first one, since you are the last word on fashion, who according to you was the best dressed bride? Was it Priyanka, Deepika, Anushka, or Isha?
Isha
Ambani.
Isha Ambani. Oh, you know, honestly, I think they all looked very, very beautiful, but Isha is a friend. And I thought Anushka looked the happiest. So I would say it was a tie between the two. I know, like I think Isha is a real girl, and I think she just was so genuinely happy with whatever she did, and I loved her Valentino lehenga. It's first of its kind, and it was incredible. So I think honestly, they all look really, really beautiful. I feel it's like unfair to judge a bride on her dress sense. I mean, it's her special day, and
of course,
they looked stunning. They all look stunning.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, great. Now let's focus on time management. New Bollywood is more disciplined time-wise than the previous time. So how
My
come?
dad is very good with time.
Okay, but you know, the new Bollywood has become is big into time management.
I think it's because we have so much going on, and it's more professionally run now than it was before. I think it's very important to keep time. Also, there's so much competition, you can't afford to be obnoxious.
Okay. What's your idea of quality time?
My idea of quality time is to kind of self-reflect and spend time with your near and dear ones, and I love spending time with my husband.
How do you self-reflect?
I think it's you read, you meditate, you pray, you take walks, you listen to music, and get off your phone. Okay. I think that's the best way, just don't be on your phone.
Tell us about your association with IWC.
Well, I've been with IWC for the past 2 years, and it's been a very rewarding endorsement and association, because IWC is a brand that signifies quality and workmanship, and something that is long lasting, obviously 150 years, and I believe in anything that's classic and long lasting. I hope to be classic and long lasting as well, so it's good to associate with a brand that has the same brand values as you do.
All right. Take us through some accessories that according to you are must-haves.
Well, I think a watch is a must-have because I think we are so attached to our phone. We tend to always look at the phone for the time, but if we have a watch, we can just look at our watch and not constantly take out our phone. I think a red lipstick is very important to have. It's a great accessory. I think a beautiful smile with a red lip just makes any girl look beautiful. And I think sneakers, because my husband has turned me into a sneakerhead, even though he hates that term. Nothing more comfortable than a pair of flat sneakers for a girl.
Talking about your husband, you chose to marry somebody out of the industry and it was a conscious choice. Why?
I don't know. I didn't know if meeting Anand is a conscious choice. I think it was preordained. But yes, it was a conscious choice not to ever date anybody from the film industry because it's my workplace. And I'm very blessed to have met someone who is as evolved and wise and kind as Anand and progressive. I just think I'm very, very incredibly lucky. Anybody who knows Anand is like, you're very lucky. I was like, so is he.
I can imagine. So he sounds absolutely amazing. Now that you're married and you look back, at which moment of time while you were together did you decide that he's the one you want to spend the rest of your life with?
We were dating. We've been dating for 3 years. I mean, now we're married, but I keep forgetting. I keep calling him my boyfriend sometimes.
That's a good sign.
Yeah. So I think we were on phone. I think our love story started on the phone, and I didn't know, obviously, because you're on the phone. We just knew that we like to talk to each other. But the day I met him, and I realized I'm also very, very attracted to this man who's become my best friend. I think I realized he was the one that I wanted to get married to. I think he said he realized it way before I did, because the first conversation we had, he was way ahead of me in that way. He was also insistent about getting married, but I think in that way he was always way ahead of me. But that was the time when I decided that, okay, he's the man I'm going to get married to. I was very scared.
And talking about marriage, which couple, according to you, is somebody you look up to for marriage advice or as an ideal couple?
My parents. I mean, they've been together. I'm 33, so they've been married for 34 years, and they dated for 11 years. So they've been together for 45 years. And they still love each other, call each other baby, and speak to each other 15 times a day. When I was younger, I used to find that gross. when you're kids, you're like, Mom, why are you calling dad baby? But now I think it's very sweet and aspirational.
And what advice did they give you?
Be best friends with your spouse.
Okay. And take us through what you're wearing today.
Well, I'm wearing my beautiful Jubilee Collection IWC watch. And it's called the Moon Phase, and this is one of my favorite watches. It's gold with diamond encrusted, and and I actually bought this for my mother, and I bought the same one in white gold for my mother-in-law, and I bought it so I could borrow it from them.
That's a very wise thing to do. So Sonam, before we let you go, what would be your fashion advice to a curvaceous, well-endowed girl?
Like, I think if you have it, flaunt it. I think it's important to embrace your curves, embrace who you are, and kind of just be out there and understand you have to be comfortable. Because as soon as you're uncomfortable, people will see it. So you need to be comfortable in whatever you're wearing. So if you think you're fabulous, the world will think you're fabulous.
Okay. We also get in a lot of requests from people who have like thin hair. So any advice for them on how to deal with their hair bows? With thin hair, I mean, I think the most important thing is to not over condition it. I think, when you over condition it, especially Indian girls, we have very heavy hair. We don't realize it. To kind of not condition it too much, to get the correct conditioner and shampoo, and have I use serum at the ends of my hair. I have hair like yours. It's like a lot of hair. So I kind of just I don't use heavy conditioner either. But even for people who have limp hair or thinner hair, you need to use lighter conditioner. But I know in a city like Delhi, because it's so dry, I think you should just use serum on your ends after you condition and wash it. And try not to blow dry it too much.
blow dry it once in a while, and I always like updos. You know, in India we tend to always leave our hair open, and I just feel like sometimes we have such beautiful faces. Like Indian women are just so naturally beautiful. Just to put your hair back, it looks gorgeous.
Okay, amazing. Your Christmas plans?
I'm in Bali with my husband.
Lovely. And the last question, the world was obsessed with your marriage, with whom you're dating. The next question is obvious. When do we hear the baby news? And how many is a lucky number?
I don't know. I think I have so much work going on right now. I don't know. We're planning right now, but whenever and if there is news, I mean, it'll be happy news, so why wouldn't I tell the world?
So how many will there be? 1, 2, 3?
I don't know, whatever I'm blessed with.
Oh, that's so lovely. Thank you so
Thank
much
you
for
so
your
much.
time.
Thank you.